Growing up, I saw my mom breastfeed my younger brother and my younger sister, and it just seemed so natural and normal. I wanted to experience that bond with my baby, and I also wanted to give her like the most nourishing food I could give her. It's difficult and I'm extremely exhausted all the time, but it's rewarding. My name's Tess. I'm 24 years old. I'm the mom to Rose, and this is my story. My first daughter was born May 9th, 2015. I got to hold her. We attempted to breastfeed, but due to her birth defects, she wasn't able to. She lived for 9 hours, and I spent every moment I could with her. I started using heroin when I was 17 years old. So early. I just kind of like fell into the wrong crowd, and I guess I wanted to experiment. Losing an infant was painful. There's nothing really like it. It was hard to cope. I worked a lot. I jumped back into school. But 6 months postpartum, I wasn't coping well, and I ended up picking back up. And I used on and off until I got clean again this pregnancy. I didn't think breastfeeding would be possible for me because my doctors recommended that I get on methadone maintenance when I was pregnant to reduce the risk for relapse. So my first thought was that I wouldn't be able to even, breastfeed at all. Because of the stigma of methadone, I was against it until I got on it myself and realized how much it saved my life. I feel like people have certainly questioned my love for my baby. Choosing to be on methadone during pregnancy, obviously, my baby, I knew that my baby would very likely experience withdrawals. So I made that choice because I didn't want to relapse. I'd rather her be born on methadone than her be born on drugs. So that could have been what it would have turned into if I didn't get on methadone, because I was in such early recovery when I found out I was pregnant. Addiction doesn't discriminate at all. I think a lot of people that aren't addicts don't comprehend that, unfortunately. That's how it seems to me, at least.
So when we're working with moms who are in recovery from substance abuse, we need to remember all the different things that they're dealing with. So it starts with the fact that they have an infant who has NAS symptoms, and they need to be educated on how to properly handle that and support them through that, which can be very stressful just in itself. And then we need to teach them how to breastfeed through that, and then look at what their history is and what they're bringing into it. So we know how to make sure they have the full range of support, not just with breastfeeding, which we know is so important. The breast milk is like medicine to these babies, so we have encouraged the moms to do it.
Me breastfeeding her helps her, and me holding her helps her. And when I asked the doctors, they did tell me I could go ahead and do it. And that not only, was it safe, but it was recommended, because if she were to experience any withdrawals, it would help alleviate the symptoms. I don't have cravings to use. That's, I do a lot of things for my recovery. I pray, I meditate, I utilize my social supports, but I also take what's now my medication, methadone, and I think all of those things combined definitely help save my life and therefore save my baby's life too. My breastfeeding goal is to nurse Rose for 8 more months. She's 2 weeks old today. I'll be present to see her grow every day. Just enjoying sobriety in life. I hope one day at a time I'll get there. If I want to go back to school, I want to be a therapist for adolescents who struggle with mental health issues. If there are any other mothers in the same circumstance as me, I would like them to know that you are strong, you don't have to give up, and just take things one day at a time. Breastfeeding makes me feel full of love. It makes me feel connected with her.